We've all seen it. The traditional lecture hall, a sea of passive faces. There has to be a better way to engage students. What if you could cut course failure rates? Studies show students in active learning are 1.5 times less likely to fail. It's not just about passing. Active learning can yield a 6% average improvement in exam scores compared to standard lectures. This isn't theoretical. Pass rates in university mathematics courses saw significant improvement after implementation. These aren't anomalies. We'll break down the technology, strategies, and mindset that make these results possible. The basic change is moving students from passive information receivers to active participants in their own education. But using technology isn't magic. Which tools work and what specific mechanisms do they use to drive engagement? When implemented correctly, this tech-fueled learning leads to deeper understanding and better critical thinking skills. So we've seen the impressive results. Now, let's examine the pedagogical reasons why this works so well. One key mechanism is immediate feedback. Tools like live polls give instructors a real-time pulse on comprehension. This is called formative assessment. Low-stakes checks that guide learning. Technology makes these checks easy to integrate. Thus, technology fosters active learning by creating systems of interaction that transform the monologue into a dialogue to boost student participation and engagement. Another powerful mechanism is motivation through gamification. Points and leaderboards tap into our desire for achievement. Let's see this in action. First, polling tools like Mentimeter. Use them for quick concept checks or anonymous questions. Next, gamification. Platforms like Quizlet use digital flashcards and games to make studying concepts far more engaging. For deep immersion, VR can transport medical students inside a heart, or let architecture students walk through their designs. The possibilities are powerful. However, there may be hesitation, often due to a few persistent myths. Let's tackle them. The biggest fear is that technology creates distractions. This is a valid concern, but it mistakes the tool for the task. Effective integration requires devices tailored for specific tasks. When a student must contribute, tech becomes a tool for focus. Another myth is that tech replaces instructors. The opposite is true. It automates routine tasks, freeing up faculty for mentoring. Finally, the cost myth. Many powerful tools are available for free or at a low cost, and digital resources can provide long-term savings. With these myths cleared, the way is open. But success isn't automatic. It depends entirely on strategic implementation. Remember that 1.5x lower failure rate? It comes from deliberately aligning the right tool with specific learning goals. This means choosing technology that requires active participation, applying or creating knowledge, rather than just consuming it. This approach also builds information and communication technology literacy, preparing students for the modern workplace. The formula is clear. Use feedback and motivation to create challenging, engaging tasks. This is the strategy that works. We've reviewed the data, examined the tools, and addressed the myths. The conclusion is undeniable. Strategic tech integration works. So where do you begin? Don't try to overhaul your whole course. Start with one 10-minute activity, like a live poll. When choosing a tool, ask, does this help students do something or just consume something? Prioritize active application. Never use technology for its own sake. Start with your learning objective and then ask if a tool can help you achieve it more effectively. Technology doesn't diminish the educator's role. It redefines it. You become a guide on the side, not a sage on the stage. What technologies are you using to encourage active learning? Share your successes and challenges in the comments below. Lower failure rates, higher test scores, deeper engagement. The path to unlocking student potential is here. It's interactive, evidence-based, and powered by thoughtful technology integration in active learning classrooms.